DraftKings. But Arkansas 88-87. Now I bet anyone who took the points with Arkansas is happy they took the points. They were probably sitting here 20 minutes ago going, I wish I took the Razorbacks money line. And now I bet you they're thanking God or whatever you believe in that they took the points. The Wolverines, all the momentum is in their favor. They seem live as hell to win this thing. I can't believe this. 80-62. Talk about a game of runs. Arkansas goes on a 35-13 run to make it 80-62. Since then, Michigan on a 25-8 run to cut the lead to 88-87, 1 point. Vlad Golden having a hell of a game, 17-10. Nice night for him. Duke ends up coming just short of covering against Incarnate Word. They were 33.5-point favorites in that one. Houston, 27-point favorites against Troy. Held them to 11 first-half points. Defense was as locked in as ever. Typical Kelvin Sampson squad. And second half, Troy outscored them. So Houston wins by 20. If you had the under, that cashed with ease. Just 104 total points in that one. I don't even know what the total was offhand, but I know if you had the under, you cashed when 104 points are scored. But Houston was favored by 27 there. LJ Cryer had 22. And the Cougars win, don't cover against Troy. That Illinois game is final. So you might have lost on the hook, you might have pushed. But Illinois not covering at home against Wisconsin. These, I'll tell you what though, these unranked home favorites against ranked teams, almost an automatic to win. Penn State, Purdue last week, same situation. More cashing out, more live updates up next with me, Joe Sorala.
With the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report, I'm Michael Barr. Let's put this big, mega record-breaking baseball contract in perspective as former Yankee superstar Juan Soto is heading to the New York Mets. The deal between Soto and Mets owner Steve Cohen is for $765 million over 15 years. According to the New York Times, the Mets topped the Yankees, who offered Soto $760 million over 16 years to keep him in the Bronx. Including the upcoming 2025 season, it brings the total spent on player salaries by Cohen's Mets to $1.6 billion. Just before FIFA confirmed Saudi Arabia as the 2034 World Cup host, the United Nations top human rights official pledged to try to ensure migrant labor standards are properly respected around the tournament. Saudi Arabia is the only candidate and sure to win when FIFA will ask its 211 member federations to award the hosting rights. With the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report, I'm Michael Barr.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back.
Accessible and affordable holistic care.
Extreme Sports has been bringing...
Member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
This year, American farmers will harvest 2.8 billion bushels of wheat and 15.1 billion bushels of corn. And to this day, American road workers have built 4.2 million miles of roads and counting. We're proud that John Deere machines rolling off the line here in the USA play a part in supporting Americans who work the land and build a better tomorrow. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/manufacturing.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a chance for scattered snow showers. Lows around 17. Northwesterly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, high of 33. Tomorrow night, 14. Partly cloudy skies Thursday with highs in the upper 20s. Chance of snow Friday. A dusting of snow tonight with another dusting Friday. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 29 degrees.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Cashing Out continues with me, Joe Serralo, taking you through your Tuesday night here. And I'll tell you what, we might be done with this first hour of Cashing Out before Arkansas and Michigan wrap up. 30 seconds to go. Wolverines ball following a Razorback miss at the free throw line. Did they just miss two? Was that a 1-and-1, or did they just miss two at the stripe? Michigan driving in. It would be nice with this light fixture right above the TV if I could actually see the hoop. How many free throws did Arkansas just miss? Yeah, Trayvon Brazile missed them both. And that kid can ball. He's got, 14 in this one tonight? Coming off the bench. He's 6 of 8, 14 points. Nice little effort. One of the team leaders in minutes off the bench, the 6'10 junior. Man, missed them both. And here he is back at the line, up one. Michigan missed the layup. He's got it at the line. Drains the first, like he's Steph. Nothing but net on that one. Arkansas up 2. This next free throw, massive. Michigan can't take the lead if he hits this one. You know, Wolverines here, 14 seconds, probably playing for the final shot. What was that? And he misses it. Oh, Michigan ball. Now let's see what these kids do. They always love to take the three. I always say drive to the rim, but nope. You got a little white kid around the wing, 3-point line. No one in Michigan has, as they call, looks like a timeout here. No one on Michigan with the ball went inside the 3-point line the entirety of those 11 seconds. This is what drives me nuts with college hoops. You're not Steph Curry. I love college hoops. I prefer it to the NBA. I think it's so much more fun than the NBA. Part of what makes it fun is that, you can do a little more with athleticism, more of a team game, because these kids don't shoot as well as NBA players, right? You're talking about A, college kids, B, 350 teams, Division I. I mean, the talent pool gets reduced so much. The NBA, everyone can shoot practically, unless you're, a 7-footer, and honestly, nowadays, most of those guys can shoot too. But, come on, these kids, you're down 2. All the momentum is in your favor. Drive to the rack. Right now, Michigan wants Arkansas doesn't want overtime. Michigan wants overtime right now. Arkansas's got guys in foul trouble. They're on the wrong side of a 25-9 run. They don't want overtime. Advantage Michigan. Go for a high percentage shot. Now they call timeout, 3.7 seconds left. What the hell are you going to set up in 3.7 seconds? Oh, I'll tell you what, both these teams are in a bit of foul trouble. Michigan has 5 guys with 3 fouls. Arkansas has 3 with 3, and then Brazile with 4. Still not a live number. This is baffling to me why we can't get a live number on this Michigan-Arkansas game. Cornell, by the way, I believe that score hasn't changed a bit, 56-40. That's what I had meant to do in the first segment, was look up. Cornell had a game recently. I want to say it was a near pick'em. It might have been Colgate, if they were playing Colgate recently. And I remember looking at that and going, Colgate, they made me eat my words against UNC Wilmington not too long ago. UNC Wilmington, that's, I've been betting since, and they've made me money since. They've made right on that game. But, I liked them against Colgate. I want to say they were laying 6.5. They lost outright. And I saw Cornell and Colgate were squaring off the other day. And I remember thinking to myself, it's at Colgate. The way that Colgate plays defense, they completely dictated pace of play against the UNC Wilmington team that was averaging 97 a game. I thought that might have been a good spot for Colgate. Didn't play it, but it caught my eye. Cornell beat them in Colgate by 27, 84-50. Cornell put up 84 on them. UNC Wilmington got stifled, got held in the 50s. Pays to be smart sometimes. I don't know. But, this Cornell team, they went to the Carrier Dome. They played Syracuse to a 10-point game. They're in the middle of 5 straight on the road. This trip to Berkeley. How about they did the whole upstate New York tour. Iona, Syracuse, Colgate, Army. They go 3-1, but they don't have to travel out of the state. Then they go cross country to, I guess, what would Cal be considered? Not Ivy League, but Ivy Plus. Cal, Stanford, Notre Dame, Hopkins, Georgetown, right? That next tier, I think I saw Michigan. I think they call it Ivy Plus. It's like, yeah, Ivy League, but you're good at sports, so you don't want to be in the Ivy League. Or at least in Georgetown's case, used to be good at sports. Sorry if we have any Hoyas out there watching. Georgetown basketball is certainly not what it used to be. Michigan's got the final shot here. Off balance, puts it up, comes up short. Wow. That was just a cluster at the end. See, this is what I mean. Michigan had no plan there. They were all sitting around the perimeter and, looking for a three. Arkansas played nice harassing defense at the perimeter. Then they called timeout, and naturally, 3.5 seconds left. You can't set anything up. Good, they deserved to lose that game. That was terribly managed at the end. For a team that had all the momentum in their favor, terrible job there at the end. Credit to Coach Cal and his Razorbacks. Although I'll tell you what, not a pretty finish. The final 10 minutes could not have been uglier for Arkansas. But Coach Cal leaves this one with not an easy win. Again, you're looking at crowds. Not a big Razorbacks community in New York City. Lot of Michigan alum. So that to me is a really good win. Obviously, it's a neutral, but I'm sure that felt like a road game for Arkansas, a team that was catching 4.5. That was a nice showing by Coach Cal's squad. Oklahoma City, as we shift gears to the NBA here, expanding on their lead, 97-79. 10 minutes to go in the game there. So maybe that 11.5 number, it was a stay away. But 97-81 here, 16-point lead. That's what it was about 7 minutes ago in game time. That live number, 13.5. Thunder making a little statement here. Dallas has been a terrific bet on the road. And that's what gave me pause. I was leaning OKC's way early, and then I looked at Dallas's road numbers against the spread. And they've been great in that department. So, decided to stay away. No PJ Washington, of course. Heard a report that he was spotted on, I don't know if it was Xbox Live or PlayStation Live, about 30 minutes before game time. So, I guess he wasn't at warm-ups. No PJ tonight for the Mavs. OKC up 16, 9.5 to go. Folks, all this talk about the South, Dallas, Oklahoma City, Arkansas, it's got me in the mood for some barbecue. And if you're ready to elevate your tailgate game, you've got to try Sewell's Barbecue. Born from a backyard cookout in a mason jar full of unforgettable flavor, Sewell's has become a Southern favorite, lighting up taste buds from Georgia to the Carolinas. From ribs and wings to a backyard burger, Sewell's takes every bite to the next level. You can order it online, too, at SewellsBarbecueSauce.com. That's SEWELLS BBQSauce.com. Want to get my hands on that. Rumor has it they have some down in the offices. Still waiting for our terrific CEO, Bill Adie, to give me the green light to take some home and make a nice little barbecue dinner with. I don't know. I'll tell you what. If you're not a big cook, like I don't have a smoker, right? I go home to New York for the holidays. My parents have a smoker. I'll take full advantage of that, but I don't have one at home. But I'll tell you what, if you can't get fancy with ribs or pork or anything, just throw some chicken thighs in the oven. Doctor them up 8 trillion different ways. And I think some Sewell's barbecue sauce, some chicken thighs, 45 minutes at $3.75, you're eating good. So Oklahoma City, that lead has been cut to 10. All of a sudden, Dallas on a little 8-0 run, and they're within that 11.5 number. That new live number is 9.5 right now, with about 9 minutes left to play. Plenty. It's 10 points, 9 minutes in the NBA. That is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. This Cornell-Cal game, I don't know who had action on that. I know a lot of you folks out there are betting college hoops at Circa. Second to the NFL. Circa's handle, last 7 days, pre-flop, NFL, 41% of our pregame bets here at Circa. College hoops, next up, 26%. NBA, only 10%. That's of the handle, not the tickets, by the way. Now, in-game plays, NBA, surprisingly, I would have expected it to be first. NBA was second at nearly 17% of the in-game handle. College football, 26%. What did I say last week on the show? I said if you didn't want to bet Georgia-Texas pre-flop, if Texas went up early, take Georgia. Georgia's been known to come back in a few spots this year. The Alabama game, the Georgia Tech game. Take them on the live line. Texas didn't go up big, but they did go up 6-0 after quite a few minutes passed. So college football, the leader this past week in terms of in-game handle, 26%. NBA almost 17%. It's the only way to bet the NBA. Look at that Magic Bucks game tonight. Magic go up big early. They're up 10 early. They end up losing by 5. They cover the pre-flop 7.5, but that live number for Milwaukee would have been a no-sweat bet. Joe DeLeon up next, all this college football talk. It's got me wanting to talk to Joe D about some upcoming college football lines cashing out.
'Twas the holiday season at Total Wine & More. So many friends that you need to shop for. Gifts on their shelves are so easy to find. Just what you love for your loved ones in mind. Your father likes Pinot Noir, Cabernet for your sis. Champagne for a co-worker, never a miss. Now that's a low price you'll shout out with glee when you shop Total Wine for them and for me.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
G-Bank is the official bank of VEASAN. Why? For one, unlike other credit cards, G-Bank does not treat sports betting transactions as a cash advance. And for every eligible gaming transaction, you'll earn a 1% cashback reward. That's right, 1% cashback rewards on every eligible wager. And you'll earn 2% cashback rewards on all other eligible purchases. Apply for the G-Bank Visa Signature Card today at VEASAN.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you or a loved one been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Hi, I'm Mitch Stellick from Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island, and we specialize in personal injury law. Let Stellick Law Firm assist you in making sure that you and your family are taken care of following a motor vehicle accident. Call us today at 308-675-4035 to schedule your appointment. Let us be your voice.
If you experience heating problems this winter, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a locally owned family business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
Rev up your energy and fuel your body with the protein punch you've been craving. When it comes to nutrition, Highland Dairy has a wide range of locally made products. Discover tasty ways to a stronger, healthier you with Highland's range of yogurts, smoothies, flavored milk, and cottage cheese. For parents with picky eaters and trendsetters looking to jump on the revival of cottage cheese, Highland has what you need to hit your protein goals. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
This holiday season, take control of your health and give the gift of wellness at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. From November 10th through December 31st, we're here to help you unwind, rejuvenate, and feel your best. Treat yourself or a loved one to our soothing massages, relaxing head spa scalp treatments, and luxurious Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing benefits of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Looking for an extra special gift? Our gift certificates are the perfect way to share the gift of wellness. Plus, become a member and enjoy 24-hour access to our exclusive therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members also save 20% on all services and 10% on products from our non-toxic retail shop. Give the gift of health, peace. Enjoy this holiday season only at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center.
Me, Joe Serralo, taking you through your Tuesday night here on VSiN, live from the VSiN studios at the beautiful Circa Resort and Casino, downtown Las Vegas. We're going to take it to the progressive guest line here because we've got a lot of exciting college football upcoming. It is a slow week in college football, but it will be a busy, busy month. And who better to talk to about it than our friend, one half of the Ruffino and Joe show. You catch his great work over at Bleacher Report as well. My guy, Joe DeLeon. Joe, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Last week was pretty rewarding in terms of the betting leans we gave out on the show. I don't think we could have better predicted, Joe, the conference championship games. They played out perfectly, but more importantly, I'm just juiced up that the playoff is here, man. We're so close. There's all these fantastic games. I don't care about the griping, about who got in, who didn't. I just want to watch this beautiful playoff and how it's all going to pan out.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. I know that you're excited because your Notre Dame Fighting Irish have a home game in South Bend. I do want to give you credit where it's due. Your picks were nails. We were on the same side with Georgia and Clemson money line, made some money there. I tried to go for the underdog trifecta. I'm not counting the Penn State-Oregon game because Penn State was never the play. I stayed away because I was rooting for Penn State. Even though, my lean was, you got to hammer Oregon, I stayed away because of the fandom in me. But when I say trifecta, I took Matt Campbell's Iowa State team money line in the morning.
Mistake. You should have taken Arizona State, dude.
Well, yeah, shoot. Thanks for telling me that now, a week after the game.
I told you on Tuesday. You were listening to me on Tuesday.
Yeah, sometimes I tune you out when you're talking.
Yeah.
I got to check my Twitter feed. When that camera goes solo shot of Joe DeLeon, sometimes I'm out here. All right, did I make dinner reservations, the Dorsey of this Saturday night?
God.
No, Iowa State, man, I just thought, without that Tyson receiver for Arizona State, a Matt Campbell defense, he's been in this spot before. I was dead wrong. And you know what? I went 2 out of 3 on Moneyline Dogs. I'll take that with a smile on my face. If you had to tell me, hey, which one do you want to lose? It's Arizona State because the story is just absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, no, Arizona State's been really compelling to track. And the big reason why I was in on them, and everybody who's watching the game who's new to Arizona State's like, wow, who's this Cam Scadaboo guy? Well, the thing that I had been saying all of last week on all the spots that I did, so Cam Scadaboo is a really tough runner going up against an Iowa State defense that gave up 2 big games to other star running backs in the Big 12, that being Taj Brooks and Devin Neal. Now, and I'm sure that we'll dive in when we talk playoff here on today's spot. I don't know if he's going to have that same success if he were to face Texas in the second round. But they're always a live team no matter what because Scadaboo, his impact as a runner, and Kenny Dillingham, the way that he prepares his teams, as well as Sam Leavitt, who has been one of the best, if not the best, freshman quarterback in the country.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think Arizona State, I don't know. I think they're going to be live. I certainly am going to take the points in that A-State Texas game. Should it be Texas? But no matter who it is, Arizona State, they come out as a dog. I'm taking the points. I'm going to obviously let things transpire, see how they go, see how I feel, and maybe toy around with an Arizona State money line play to try to make amends for not having faith on Dillingham, or in Dillingham, I should say, in that Big 12 championship. Joe, of these 4 first-round matchups that are already decided, already in front of us, we don't need your official picks yet. We got a lot of time. Next week, we can get your official bets. You could take some time, let them marinate. But is there one that jumped out at you that you were like, hey, I have to bet this early before the market potentially moves it?
Yeah, the line that you have guys available here at 8.5 for this Penn State SMU game, the book I'm looking at has it at 9. So the lowest you can get that number, it seems like maybe there could already be some movement for this line. Out of any of these matchups, if there is going to be a blowout, I truly believe it is going to be this game between SMU and Penn State. We saw in the ACC championship game what led to SMU's downfall. It was the fact that their offensive line wasn't even nearly close to capability of being able to go toe-to-toe with Clemson's defensive line. And Clemson's defensive line is good. It's not great. You know who has a phenomenal defensive line with a potential first overall pick or top 5 pick at the very least in Abdul Carter? Penn State's defensive line. They're going to eat up that SMU offense. I do not think that Kevin Jennings is going to be able to have that same level of success of evading pressure, nor do I think that they're going to be able to create on the ground, which was another issue for them in the ACC championship game in the first half. And then the last bit of this, I know that this SMU run defense is pretty good, and they did a good job against a banged up Phil Maffa. I do not think that they're going to have an easy time holding up against that run game. And then the last part of this, Drew Allar has been showing some flashes of being a good passer. SMU's pass defense is awful. It's really bad. They gave up a ton of big plays to Cade Klubnik and a bunch of freshman underclassmen receivers. I think that Penn State passing attack is also enabled, even though it's been inconsistent, to have a big performance as well. SMU has no edge in this matchup. For this to be a 10-plus point blowout is 1,000% on the table.
Yeah, and then you factor in the weather element there, too. And, it's going to be freezing. It's going to be freezing at Beaver Stadium for this one. I'll tell you, it's funny because you mentioned not having a gripe with the field, and I don't either. I actually said last week I was praying for, even though normal circumstances, I'd be rooting for SMU to beat Clemson. I'm not a Clemson fan. I'm not a Dabo fan. But I said I was praying for Clemson to win it on a walk-off field goal so that the committee would have no choice but to keep SMU in over Alabama. Otherwise, we just know it's rigged. Like the way that game ended, if SMU got left out for Bama, then it's just all about the brand and that they're not watching football, these folks. But I will say my one minor complaint, which I think can be modified for next year, I don't think conference champs should get the auto bye. I think it should be seeds 1 through 4, wherever they fall, get the bye, because I just think that the matchups would be better if we went just true 1 through 12 and didn't have all this automatic crap. And then the big loser here to me, and tell me if you see it differently, but you look at this bracket, I think Oregon's the loser, getting the 1 seed, 13-0, and they don't get a reward for it.
Yeah, that is the one take that I think universally everybody agrees with. I think everyone around the country that was watching this process, and I even think the people in the room acknowledge that this process is partially flawed. There were not going to be any hiccups in this first year of the playoff. There just weren't. Alabama getting missed out, as you mentioned, I didn't think there was a right answer there, but they 100% can look at this process and see Arizona State and Boise State should not have byes. Oregon should be set up with a far favorable matchup in a situation where they should likely be playing the winner of a game between the back end of this bracket.
Yeah, do we still have the graphic from Sunday night? Can we air that? I don't know if we still have it to our incredible team in the back. We actually aired a graphic Sunday night, Joe, on the program where we had what it would look like if there was no auto bye, and it was Oregon taking on, I believe, the winner of Indiana Boise.
Which is obviously a far more desirable matchup. But you're right. Everybody agrees that Oregon is now placed in this awful positioning. Penn State, who lost the Big Ten championship game, was gifted this immaculate path to get to a national title. Now, I don't know if James Franklin can accomplish this because he is the king of losing not only important games, but also matchups of top 5 caliber. But if I look at the fact that we just broke down why they're going to kick the crap out of SMU, they then get to face off with Boise State, which a lot of the things I just mentioned there apply. Boise State's not going to be able to hold up against that defensive line for Penn State, and Abdul Carter is going to go off. And then they could potentially either see Notre Dame, which is an even matchup for them, or they could square off with Georgia, who is currently without likely their starting quarterback, Carson Beck. Yeah. So there's a legitimate shot that we see Penn State in the national championship because they were gifted such a favorable path. And inversely, Oregon could get knocked out in the first round because they get Ohio State pissed off and frustrated, and also already losing to them having film of how they can prepare to play that game better. So I think I agree with you 100%. I think everybody agrees that Oregon was screwed over by this really shaky seeding process that is completely convoluted and unnecessary.
Yeah, and folks, if you want to see my bracket, that's going to be unveiled in the new college football playoff betting guide. That'll be being released here on vsin.com shortly to our pro subscribers. I definitely encourage all of you to check that out. I believe the deadline was earlier today for all of us hosts and VSiN content contributors to get our brackets in. Joe, to your point, I'll release a little spoiler here. Penn State, Notre Dame in one of my semifinal games. That's the pick. Penn State, I think Notre Dame knocks off Georgia with or without Carson Beck. And that stupid look on his face that's there 24/7. I don't love this Georgia team. Loved them against Texas, but I also don't love this Texas team. Might be the year for the Big Ten.
It's a fair point. We'll see if they can win with Gunnar Stockton.
We absolutely will. More Joe coming up. We're talking Saturday's Heisman Trophy ceremony, Army-Navy, and some other bowl games that we think might have value on Cashing Out with Joe Serralo.
Experience the time of your life at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Live it up with the world's largest sports book, Circa Sports. Get loose and get loud with all sports, all seasons at Stadium Swim. Take in the $1 million views at our rooftop lounge, Legacy Club. Go big and go all night with our luxurious rooms and suites. Book the time of your life today at circalasvegas.com. Elevate your swim game at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Featuring the best pool in history, Stadium Swim. 3 levels, 6 pools, and a 143-foot diagonal screen. It's 365 days of fun in the sun. With all sports, all seasons. Stadium Swim. Located at Circa Resort and Casino. Book today at circalasvegas.com.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a chance for scattered snow showers. Lows around 17. Northwesterly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, high of 33. Tomorrow night, 14. Partly cloudy skies Thursday with highs in the upper 20s. Chance of snow Friday. A dusting of snow tonight with another dusting Friday. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 29 degrees.
5 Points Bank has been proudly serving the Tri-City area for decades, and we are continuously finding ways to make your banking experience easy and enjoyable. We offer the best of both worlds with kind and welcoming employees in the bank while creating a strong online presence to accommodate your busy lifestyle. Our innovative technology adds layers of security while being easily accessible to all age groups. Stop into the Better Bank to learn more today.
Bex is the largest family-owned retail seed company in the United States and is dedicated to the needs and profitability of America's farmers. This is Sustainable Seed Solutions, your local Bex dealer. Did you know that Bex is the only company with access to every approved trait in the U.S.? This advantage allows us to remove the bias from sales and focus on what's best for farmers. For more information, call 402-751-0089 or find us at sustainableseedsolutions.com. Bex would like to wish all area teams the best of luck this season. At Bosselman Energy Companies, we take pride in being a trusted partner to our customers, a strong presence in the communities we serve, and a family business that truly cares. Founded in Grand Island in 1948, Bosselman Energy has grown into a diverse group of companies with locations across the Midwest. We supply local communities with essential petroleum products that fuel farms, power industries, and heat homes. With over 70 years of industry experience, Bosselman Energy remains committed to the principles that have guided us from the beginning, ensuring our continued